Hello, my friend. Welcome back to the Wealth Thesis, where we decode the psychology of success to help you design a life of freedom. Today, we're diving deep into a topic of great interest to many audiences. Are there specific actions that create a clear difference between rich people and poor people? Our video will shed light on this question by discussing 15 things that rich people do, but the poor don't. This is a powerful topic that might touch upon some truths that not everyone feels comfortable hearing. But we firmly believe that creating wealth is a combination of many factors, and the 15 actions we are about to share, though not a guaranteed formula for success, will certainly significantly improve your opportunities. Please relax, take a deep breath, and let's move on to the very first point. Number 1. The rich read a lot. Did you know this interesting fact? Top CEOs read at least 50 books every year. Investment legend Warren Buffett spends 5 to 6 hours every day just reading reports and books. Bill Gates also maintains the habit of reading 50 books per year. What about the average person? The number of self-development books the general public reads is only 1.5 books per year. This difference is massive, and it's not just about the page count. A book is knowledge distilled into written form. Reading offers you a nearly free opportunity to access the entire experience, wisdom, and lessons learned from one person's mistakes throughout their whole life, all condensed into just a few hours of reading. It is truly surprising how underrated reading is, especially for the purpose of self-development. Next time you wonder why a top CEO earns 10 times more money than you, remember this. While you are busy staying the same, they are continuously educating themselves. Number 2. The rich sacrifice the present for the future. They understand that success is a marathon, not a sprint, and to win, they must start as early as possible. Learning from books and experience, they know that things don't happen naturally overnight. Therefore, they are willing to sacrifice current pleasures and invest in their future goals. Look at this contrast, and you will see a clear difference in the allocation of time resources. When poor people spend time on parties or meaningless entertainment, future rich people work hard and hustle. When poor people are lost on TV or social media, the rich read books, learn new skills, and cultivate knowledge. Many people have become millionaires and billionaires at a very young age. For example, Sir Richard Branson became a millionaire at 23, and Larry Page achieved great success at 25. They gained this not through luck, but through sacrifice and persistent effort right from the early years. If you want different results, you must use your 24 hours differently every day. Sacrificing temporary pleasures is the choice the rich make to buy a more stable future. Number 3. Maximizing their strengths. The clear difference between the two groups is how they view and develop themselves. Rich people always try to know themselves as well as possible, identify their talents and strengths, and then focus all resources on becoming excellent at that single thing. They know that being the best in a specific field will give them an unfair advantage over the rest of the world. Conversely, poor people often try to be decent in every area without focusing on developing a core strength. Think about the medical field. Who is paid the highest and who is in the greatest demand? Is it a general practitioner, someone who knows a little about every illness? Or is it a neurosurgeon, someone who has dedicated decades to mastering a highly specialized skill, providing vital value to patients? The general practitioner plays an important role, but they symbolize versatility at an average level. Conversely, a highly specialized doctor symbolizes focus. They have chosen a narrow field where they have an advantage, and they pour all their time, energy, and resources into being the best. It's the same in business. Successful people don't try to handle accounting, marketing, sales, and product development all at once if they know where their weaknesses lie. Instead of trying to be decent in every area, they bet on their innate talents. Number 4, believing they are responsible for their own life. This is a foundational mindset. Rich people rely only on themselves, and they accept 100% responsibility for every outcome in life. Meanwhile, when facing failure or hardship, the poor look for every opportunity to shift the blame. It's the government's fault. It's because of the market crisis. I'm not lucky enough, or I'm not good enough. The rich understand that the path to success is never easy and there are no shortcuts. They do not blame others for misfortunes, nor do they expect external help. Instead, they take control of their lives and shape them the way they want. According to a Data Pulse statistic from June 2025, among billionaires worldwide, 67% of them are self-made billionaires. This number shows that wealth is not the privilege of the elite, but the result of taking responsibility and individual effort. Taking charge of one's destiny is the first step to becoming the master of wealth. Number 5, they set specific financial goals. The rich never have vague goals. They understand that if you don't know exactly where you're going, you will never get there. They set clear, specific financial goals with concrete numbers. For example, they won't say, "I want to be richer." They will say, "I must earn $500,000 within the next year." They then break this goal down by month, week, and even day. This helps them know exactly what specific action needs to be taken today to achieve that number. The rich set goals that are high enough but achievable, forcing them to step out of their comfort zone and develop themselves to reach them. Even if they fail, they will still be much closer to that goal than if they hadn't set a specific number to pursue. Number 6, the rich sleep less than the poor. Rich people are not afraid of hard work. On average, billionaires work 10 to 16 hours per day. Even after becoming a billionaire, Bill Gates still worked 80 hours a week. We need to acknowledge honestly, the majority of poor people are lazy, or they lack the determination to escape difficult circumstances. There are 2 types of laziness we often see. One is passive laziness. People who hate working prefer staying home collecting welfare and try to avoid responsibility. The second is latent laziness. People who know that investing time in learning a new skill would bring long-term benefits, but they choose not to do it because the learning process requires discipline and sacrifice. Your goal is not to wake up early just to waste time. The goal is to have something valuable that makes you want to wake up early and use every hour of the day effectively. If you are sleeping more than 7 hours a day, you must ask yourself, am I maximizing my time resource to get closer to my goal? Number 7, making money work for them. This is the most fundamental rule. Rich people don't earn money to shop or spend. They earn money to make smart investments. These investments create a steady flow of income and protect them. Let's look at the difference between appreciating assets and depreciating assets, using the example of $100,000. Poor people use the money to buy a luxury car to show off. The car is a depreciating asset. Its value drops immediately upon leaving the showroom, and it continues to lose value every year. Meanwhile, rich people use that money to buy an appreciating asset, such as rental property. After 10 years, that property will not only have returned at least $100,000 in rent, but if they sell it, its value will also have increased. They always focus on creating systems for money to multiply itself. If you don't have income-generating assets, you will have to work for the rest of your life. The rich understand that the key is to earn money and then make that money work for you. Number 8. The rich don't complain. They create value. True wealth is achieved by creating value for others. That is the only unchanging formula. When facing difficulties or external disagreements, the rich always focus on how can we add more value? How can we improve our products and services? They look for solutions. Meanwhile, the poor often resort to complaining, protesting, or blaming. Complaining is easy, but it is truly hard to be the one sitting at the table, providing creative solutions to the problem. In contrast, the rich understand that creating value is the only real protection they have against change. Number 9. The rich think in terms of abundance, not scarcity. This is the biggest difference in mindset, which dictates all actions. Poor people think wealth is finite. They focus on preserving the little they have, but eventually that resource runs out. They see wealth as a limited pie where they must fight for every crumb. Conversely, rich people view wealth as limitless. They understand that value is created continuously and there's no limit to innovation. They seek to innovate and create wealth where others see no value. In his book, How Rich People Think, famous American self-made millionaire Steve Siebold wrote, "Wealth comes from the way you think and the way you believe you can make money. This belief is a great source of motivation, helping rich people fulfill all their dreams." Number 10. They play the long game. The rich understand that success is not a stroke of luck, but the result of small efforts repeated over a long period. But the poor want to get rich immediately, demanding instant results without sacrifice. Look at Warren Buffett's story. 99% of his wealth was earned after his 50th birthday, even though he bought his first stock when he was 11 years old. This shows long-term perseverance and the compound effect. Playing the long game requires patience, discipline, and foresight. Don't give up. Your small efforts are accumulating to create something great. Number 11. Focusing on maintaining health. Health is not an expense, but an investment in their ability to earn money and maintain mental clarity. You might be surprised by the amount of money they invest in maintaining a healthy lifestyle. They eat scientifically and spend hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars on elite healthcare services, such as concierge medicine, family office-style practices, and direct access to elite medical services for personalized and expedited care. Besides physical health, they also ensure strong mental health. Most millionaires actively meditate and keep their minds busy. They understand that the mind and body are the two most crucial machines that must be continuously maintained. Number 12. Studying other successful people. Becoming successful is not the end point. The rich always maintain a desire to learn. They analyze the actions of other successful people to maintain a competitive edge and learn. Learning from the experience of others is the best way to save precious time on your long-term journey. Spend a significant portion of your time learning how others achieve success, learning from both their successes and mistakes. This helps you avoid the silly mistakes that those who came before you have made. Number 13. Having mentors. The rich understand that no one can achieve the greatest success entirely on their own. Every rich person we know or have heard of has a mentor. A mentor is not just someone who shares knowledge. They are actively involved in keeping you on the right track. They provide objective advice and help you avoid costly mistakes they have already made. Typical examples include Mark Zuckerberg frequently receiving strategic advice from Steve Jobs, and Warren Buffett being a guide and advisor to Bill Gates. For young people starting up or doing business, one of the biggest pains is lacking a mentor to provide advice. The rich solve this problem by actively seeking and building relationships with people who have achieved what they desire. The ability to attract quality mentors is a big differentiating factor in your chances of success. Number 14. They understand the world is changing. The rich are never complacent. They understand that the world doesn't care about your comfort. Change is always happening. They focus on where everything is heading. They believe their best days are now and in the future. Meanwhile, poor people live in the past, always reminiscing about the good old days. Look at the tourism and hotel industry. For decades, huge traditional hotel chains like Hilton or Marriott dominated the market. They believed their model was unbeatable, owning fixed assets, strict service processes, and high operating costs. But then, a company named Airbnb emerged. Airbnb does not own a single hotel room. They simply recognize the new direction of the market. People don't just want a room. They want a local experience, they want better value, and they are willing to participate in the sharing economy. Traditional hotel chains, being too slow and clinging to the old model, trying to protect current interests, lost billions of dollars in market value to Airbnb. They were not agile enough to see that the world had shifted from owning assets to creating a connection platform. This is a deep lesson. You must always stay ahead of the curve. The rich understand they need to constantly learn, adapt, and innovate. If you don't, the world will come and crush you, not because you are bad, but simply because you have become obsolete. Number 15. They are making the world a better place. The majority of all innovation in human history has been financed by rich people. Everything around us today would not exist if a rich person or a group of people had not accepted a huge risk to fund crazy ideas. For example, if it weren't for modern medicine developed by pharmaceutical companies, you would face an early and painful death. Or, if it weren't for people like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, we wouldn't be talking about expanding humanity beyond Earth. The rich are the engine driving progress. They don't just earn money, they invest in breakthrough technology and projects with global impact. What you need to realize is that money is not the end goal. It is the means for you to create a positive impact on this world. Dear friend, thank you for spending your valuable time with us, delving into the 15 actions that distinguish the rich and the poor. We hope that these insights have helped you reflect on yourself and find solutions for your current situation. Remember, that this is not a list meant to make you feel guilty, but a guidance map for you to change your mindset and unproductive habits. Real change starts with small, repeated actions. Out of these 15 things the rich do, which action will you implement or strengthen immediately in your life? Please share that in the comments section below. If this content has inspired you, please hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. For now, goodbye and see you next time.